morning, everyone. Nano Star Saber here. I'm going to be looking today at our Smugglers Run Resource event. This is something, if you're wanting to build up your mod roster and make it a lot better, something you should be doing every time it comes out. Depending on your smuggler load, you can get a lot of resources here. Now, I go for the deadly every single time. It's not a problem for me. It's not even very difficult. If you have the right smugglers, it really isn't a challenge at all. So now you've seen a few of my roster videos by now. I've been plugging some characters like Enfy's Nest, L337. If I haven't, I should have been plugging Vander Chewy. Kira is actually pretty good too, very farmable. These are things that they released with the Han Solo movies, these three, and while they didn't receive a lot of fanfare and they weren't exactly the meta team, they're actually kind of a sleeper hit because they are extremely survivable in any setup you use them in. I had Han and Chewie as kind of an obvious choice here because that is a whole lot of damage when you combine those two together, and I don't have these two modded particularly well at the moment, but I'll just show you the event itself and give you an idea. If you got the right team composition, it should not be very challenging for you, and you'll see why in a little bit here. Okay, so now going into the event, you have several options here. They'll get at the deadly level, they'll get the normal preloaded turn meter, so that's not something to be scared of. Nice thing about L3, she self-cleanses her debuffs, and she'll attack things and grow. I always go for the range trooper first. That creates a lot more assists than it has to. With Han Solo and Chewie on your team, negligible threat. Now, next in line here, you don't really have a lot to be concerned about at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and take out the commander. Always call Han Solo to assist. Get that extra damage there. Real simple. Work Chewbacca there. Now with Vander Chewie, this is actually part heal when you use this, and also gives health up. I always use it on L3, even though right now she doesn't really need it. Give her the prepared as well. And just work it down. Very little challenge once your team's up. This team I got here, this composition is extremely tough, you'll discover. So all that preloaded turn meter, it's like, so what? Now go to L3, she'll use her initial ability here. Usually you want to save the scattering blast for when there's taunts up, so I'm going to go ahead and save that now. And that also, with the basic, she puts days out there. You can see all the debuffs dropped on the range trooper just from that one assault there. Now, going to continue. We'll work this scout trooper here. At this point, it's not really that difficult anyway. You can use Chewie to clear buffs because he can cause his turn meter to come down by using his other ability really quickly. Beat up on General Veers a little bit. See, now that the taunt's up, this is normally when you want to do the scattering blast. Not a big deal right here because it's just Veers and the Stormtrooper. I'm going to save it now because it's very possible I might need it for the next phase, which is, if anything, it's going to give you the most trouble in all of this event. So you get to the final encounter, you get several things here. You got the two Death Troopers with the little icon on top, and you got two Stormtroopers. Basically, the Death Troopers are the nominal threat, and the Shore Troopers are what getting in the way of whittling them down. You want to try to stun them, stop them, whatever you can do. L3, go ahead and use this third ability, Enhance, every chance you get. That makes her tougher to kill, makes her counter more. It's a very durable capability. See, now that I got the Scattering Blast, I can clear the taunts off of these Shore Troopers, at least temporarily, and make a very healthy go at the Death Troopers. Death Troopers' reason these ones are such a threat is because all their damage goes straight to health. And they also have heal blocks associated with characters as well. See, she's just hitting them back. It's a wonderful thing when you can do that. Now, cleared one of the Death Troopers. That pretty much eliminates most of the threat this team provides right now, this enemy. Okay, those are both gone. Really not too difficult. it shouldn't be the most difficult event that you run across here, even at the deadly level. But, and these things happen pretty much every week, as you'll see in a minute, the rewards are pretty decent as far as your modding is concerned. And you get them twice, by the way. You go user heal, which also taunts. Just finish this up. Beautiful. As you can see, very little challenge with this event. It should not be extremely difficult when you use the right thing. So you can see we have a lot of credits, a lot of mods. They're all health mods, mind you, but there's some potential there. 44 offense, 3 speed. If you bring that up to 12, maybe it'll do something. Crit damage and speed, that's got a lot of potential. Not so much potential there. I mean, they can't all be gems. Defense, maybe. Strong tank, because it's got mostly tanky stats there. Protection and speed. There's some potential here. Look how many there are. You also get a lot of the pieces to enhance your mods up. So this is a very valuable event. It's something you should try to get done both times, because at the end of the day, you'll be looking into these new mods, assuming you have the credits available, and saying, is there anything worthwhile I can do with any of these? And so we'll take a look here. Some of the health mods that we got. That was the tanky one. Not too worried about that. Let's see, where's the next one? Okay, so I had a couple here. That one, we'll leave for now. Leave for now on that one too. Check out all these. 4 speed. Always take your speed arrows all the way up, just in case they happen to have the supporting stats you need, because they always have the plus 30. You'll never not have the plus 30 on a speed arrow. Okay, this one's got good speed. We'll go ahead and upgrade this as well. We're going to bring it to 12 and see how much speed it's got total. It's still just a 5 speed. We'll leave it at 12. Not the best pull, but you know, they're not all going to be gems. Now, not going to worry about these arrows too much right now. Take a look at some of the greens picked up along the way. No, not so much, not so much, not so much. There we go. See if this is anything worth retaining for later. Not so much. So today, mostly bad RNG is what contributed to these not turning into anything. Sometimes these can be your faster, more offense-heavy mods. They're all health mods, and again, but if you already got a good set, such as a speed set or a crit damage set, and you're just looking to augment your 4-piece with a 2-piece that has some good stats, this can be a good way to get some of those items. So I highly recommend doing this event every chance you get. At the very least, if you, at the end of the day, you can go in and sell some of the stuff you don't need. We'll kill some of these here. And this is just a way for yourself to get all that extra income and maybe work it so you can get some decent mods and round out your tunes a little bit better. That's all I have for now. We'll see you next video, and Star Saber out.